So I actually just recorded a longer 2022 theme walkthrough, and since I didn't prepare, I kind of just took you along exploring the theme. It was a little bit long and maybe messy in some parts, so I thought I'd do a new video, a second one, giving you just the basics, just an overview. And 2022, the new default theme coming with WordPress 5.9 within the next few hours is going to be released. Is the first blog theme, full site editing blog theme we will have as a default theme. So there are a lot of new things you learn, and you haven't done this before in the admin area, so it's a good opportunity to kind of just show you the basics, and then you can explore for yourself. So the first thing you might want to look at is the demo. So 2022.wordpress.net, you can find a demo, and what you see here is a dark header, and you have a site logo and just a simple navigation, no drop down here. And you have a few posts and super basic footer. So they've kept the theme basic, but kind of showed on the different pages the layout flexibilities we will have with blog themes, and we will see that more and more, like more creative page building and layout building coming up. So this is the first version of full site editing, so it's just starting out. It's really still in the beginning phases. So you will see a lot more creative layouts and more blog themes and more opportunities coming up. So what we see here is a larger header and a big image, and then patterns like latest post patterns, and a heading with a button pattern. And this goes on in the demo. You see the different patterns just prepared, and you can just drag and drop them. I show you in a minute onto the templates, and you see different templates as well. So this one doesn't have a header, but therefore a different background color, and it still has the footer to give you an overview. And then so you have a dark footer, a light footer, a light header, a dark header. So you have a lot more variety in headers and footers, which is one of the features of full site editing. So let's get into the WordPress admin, and let's get started. So I've activated the 2022 theme, and the first new thing I see, and I only see that with blog themes. By the way, you can go and filter blog themes, full site editing themes in your under appearance themes by clicking this full site editing filter, and then apply this filter, and all themes in the repository that are blog themes will emerge, and there's going to be more and more coming up, and yeah, you can explore them and kind of look for blog themes, particular this way, full site editing filter. So the editor still in beta mode, but this is the new thing to explore, and let's click on it. So what you see here is your home page in the site editor, and it's just the default. All my pages are in here, and I have this logo already in here because I used a blog theme before and set a site logo for my site logo blog. Otherwise you wouldn't see that. Then I see my posts here and my footer. So if you want to get an overview of what kind of templates and template parts are headers and footers, so sections that are included in templates, you go onto this little icon here, and it's the WordPress logo or your website logo, depending what you have set up previously. And then the editor sidebar opens, and you have the site, which is always your home site. So either a static homepage you set up before, or your blog page. And then you have an overview of all your templates and your template parts. So template parts maybe first. So template parts are smaller sections of your content included in the templates. So you see the header and the footer. And one cool feature of blog themes, full site editing blog themes, is that you have multiple header options and you can show different headers and sometimes different footers depending on the theme, what the theme author has prepared for your different pages, or switch them out. I show you in a minute. And then templates are all the page templates you have. And so you have your single post, you have page, index, which is the blog, just the standard blog overview. You have a home page, a page without separators, so different page, and a lot more options here. And you can click on all of these and start to customize them. So let's quickly go, maybe to show you, let's go on the home page. Because as you can see, we have this single column post setting here. And so how do I do that, if I want to change that? You can change this setting in the page template, which wasn't like that before. Before you maybe had some settings in the customizer, or you needed a page builder plugin. So one of the most important things in the site editor, from my perspective, is this list view. And you can use the shortcut Control Open O to open and close it. And I really use it all the time. So you see an overview of your blogs, and because the sites are built pretty complex and have a lot of nested blocks, depending on the section you want to customize, you can really see where you are on the page. It's marked in blue, and you can get a better overview. I use it really all the time, not to get confused. So I can customize posts, I can customize the blog in the query loop. The query loop block is filtering my post. And then I need to open the settings here. And then I get the blog settings, just like in the post or page editor previously. And what I've also done, and I always do that when I'm in the site editor, as you can see, I have my toolbar here on top. And I did that by toggling this 3-dot settings option here. And not settings, it's like tool options, and I put the toolbar on the top. If I didn't do that, I have my toolbar on here, but especially if you customize headers, it's really handy to have it up here. So if I want to switch that layout of the default blog, I can just do that by changing the settings of the query loop. So now I have a 3-column layout instead of this one single column thing, and I could, in the query loop settings here, change the columns. Maybe I just wanted to have 2 columns. So I can do that, and I can save my template. And here you see always an overview before you save which template you are saving. Or like save your customizations. I can also go in more details. For instance, I could delete the excerpt. If I didn't want to use that, I can just delete it. So if you only want to have your dates, or for instance, if I didn't want to have the date, I can go on here and I can just delete it, remove the dates, and save my settings again. So if I go onto my front end, I see now my 2-column blog post without the dates. So I changed that layout in the editor. So let's go to the template parts, because one of the first things you want to do, of course, is change your header. This doesn't look great, right? So you go onto the header, and now here comes this top toolbar thing option really in handy, because you don't have a lot of space. So first thing I want to do is I open my list view again. And actually I don't want to use a site logo, so I can just delete it. Here I also see the option to replace it, but maybe I don't want to have it, so I just delete it. Then I see the navigation block, and this is a little bit tricky because it has a lot of options and settings, and it's newish, so you kind of have to get used to it. So you have the option here to customize the view in mobile. So you have the mobile view. You could also always leave this one on or just use it in mobile. And what if you want to change it? By default, it's the page list. But what if you wouldn't want to use that? You can actually remove it, and then you have an empty navigation block, and you can add custom links to it. And this little preview shows you your links, so you can create your own navigation. If you have set up pages already, like I have on my development blog, it's super easy. So I just type in the pages I've created, the names, and I can add my pages. And I save my pages, and then I have a new navigation that I've created that I save. And maybe I want to have the site title a little bit larger. So I go into the typography settings of the site title block and increase the page, the typography size. So now if I go into my theme, I see my new navigation and I see my customized site title. So if I go back into the template parts overview, what happens is that I customize the header, which of course I wanted to do, and I see that I customized it because in my template parts overview, I have this little blue dot here, and it says, if I hover over it with the mouse, it says I've customized it. If I ever want to clear any customizations I've made in templates, you have this actions bar here, toggle options, and you can clear customizations. So you can go ahead and play around with these settings and customize your pages, or change things even in like 404 page. You can change the text in here, make it your own, delete things. If you don't want to have it, your customization, you can always clear it off. So this is super new, and you can customize all parts of your website like that. So let's go into one more thing you can find in the editor. Oh, now I went out of it. So you always have this dashboard. If you open the navigation, you have the dashboard link back to the classic admin dashboard. So one more thing that blog themes come with is these style options. So these are global style options. So for instance, if I were on, I think I was on the homepage just. So you see, for instance, here I have the post template, and I have the post title block. And if I go into styles, I have a few options. So I have general options to change typography, the color palettes and gradient palettes, and I have this layout option. But I also have the option to customize blocks. So I just show you quickly. If you wanted to change the post title, you would look for the post title block, and you go into typography, and here you can change the font family, and you can change the line height. You can make it bold or semi-bold. So these are customizations in particular blocks. So general changes, let's go into typography. You have the option to customize the general font used. For instance, you can make it the serif font that comes with the theme, and you can customize the default size of your paragraph blocks. You can customize the line height, and yeah, that's, I wouldn't recommend anything else to do. Same with links, and then typography, then the next colors. So each block theme comes with a color palette and a palette for gradients, and a duotone. So if you want to change that, you can change the default colors of the theme. here the defaults is only active in the 2022 theme, or if a theme chooses to. A lot of blog themes, I think, have this the default colors deactivated, because it's a little bit overwhelming if you have 2 color palettes always on. So how come if I wanted to change this primary dark green color? I think it's used for buttons in the theme. So I go here onto the tools and I edit the colors. I go into the color picker. I change, and I should, because it's like a the button background font, I should kind of stay in the same range. So if this is a dark color, it's pretty, it's safe if I leave it as a darker color, because I think the font size for buttons is white, so I don't want to have it a light color. So the secondary color I could change as well to, I don't know, maybe more of a greenish color. So I save my changes, and then I have saved the changes for my theme color palette, and it applies automatically everywhere I go. So for instance, if I'm here now in the blog settings and I go in my color settings, now I already see my customized color palette. So it applies to every blog, everywhere this theme color palette is showing. You can do the same customizations with gradients, and everywhere this primary color is used by default in patterns is already so the new color is already applied, which is pretty cool. So this is global styles. You can play around with that, and there's always an option, if I go back, to go back to your global styles reset. So if I go into styles and have this action button, I can reset to default completely and have all my old settings. So there's always an option to go back. And let's go into the last feature we have with the 2022 theme. So this is not only 2022, it's also an exploration of blog themes and full site editing in general. But okay, let's check out the patterns, because this is, you have the templates, template parts, full site editing feature, and then patterns, and the whole theme comes together. And also I show you how you can, on your page, how you can set. So I already played around with that in the previous video. I'm gonna delete it. How you, in your page, you have to set your page template. By default, it's the default page template, but here you have an overview what you can select in your page, and you have the same option for post as well. So here, this depends on the theme, on the blog theme, what kind of options you have. So I use the large header, for instance, and then I see what kind of patterns I can use for my about page. So there's this newer explore patterns option where I can see, get a better overview of all the patterns I have. And here you see the patterns that come with the 2022 theme. So one cool thing that they did is they created pages patterns, so you don't need to go around and search for all the little parts. You can get ready to go page patterns, and this is pretty handy. And here, for instance, you see the pattern they've used in the demo, and yeah, it's just a lot easier. So for instance, what can I use for my about page? Maybe I want to use this one. So maybe this would make sense as using the blank page template. So I can just drop this in, and then obviously I can, I want to change my heading, and yeah, you know how this works. So you change your settings. Here they use the social icon links, so it's empty by default. So obviously, you know, you need to get your social link URLs, and you can just delete this and paste them in here, return, and you have your own things set up. So of course you can also change the dark background color and get your own. Is this an image? I don't even know what they used here. So if I'm not sure which blocks are actually used, I open my my list view here again, and I see it's the media and text block that they used, and I see everything that is included, which helps me to kind of get an overview. So I could change the media here. I can change around the left and right alignment as used in the media and text block. I don't use that block so often, so I'm not too familiar. So let's see. How do I actually change the image on that? Oh, just by replace, obviously. So I can use another image, and this is handy because it always has a black, already has a black background. So if I preview this, and this is the, because I did use the blank page template, it shows me kind of without the header and the footer. Let's quickly test this with another page template, maybe with a page in the large header. See what we get. So we get the large header, and then we have this section and the footer. So this doesn't really work for this template. Maybe choose another one. So we can always, in the list view, it's so handy. I love the list view because I can just kind of go ahead and here delete whatever I don't want and start over. So let's try out another pattern quickly. So maybe drag and drop a few patterns in there. So we can, maybe we want to link to our mailing list in the about and use a little intro text. Of course, I wanted to have this above the thing. I want to have this here. What else can I get? So you really need to go ahead and explore the patterns and kind of see what you would like to use. And the cool thing is you can always delete things if you decide you don't want that. So maybe this, and then I can just close my list. Oh, I close my pattern overview, and I have all these patterns inside, and I just go ahead and customize my settings. And because I deleted my customizations in the global styles, it's still dark green. Otherwise it would be my custom color already. Let's maybe quickly test that before we kind of end this demo, because I think it's long already again, because there are so many new things to explore. Kind of crazy. So I recommend to really play around. Oh, edit the color. Really play around with the settings and the patterns and build pages, and you can't do that much wrong because you can always delete things. So now I've customized my primary color, and let's see if I go back to the page we've just created just by drag and dropping the different patterns in. Yeah, see, now I have my customized color, my global styles color already here applied, which is so cool. I don't need to do anything. So global styles, if you use them smart, it's really handy. And yeah, you want to kind of avoid using custom colors in on your pages. You rather go ahead and use colors from your color palette, because then you can change them later on all your pages, everywhere applied with one click. This is so cool. I will make like different smaller tutorials with full site editing, blog theme features, but yeah, just to see this overview. So I can, if I open my list view again, I can kind of see how this is built. I can easily drag around things and change stuff. And of course you want to change your your fonts here, and you can type in different things and link to things. Hi there, and link to some of your pages, maybe your services. So there's really tons of layout options already in the theme. So I think, yeah, talking about the global styles with your color palette and font settings and the site editor, where you can first of all change your header and footer content, and then individual page templates as well, and then exploring the patterns the themes comes with. That's like the main features we get in these full site editing block themes. So I hope you like this shorter overview. Of course, there are lots of details, like how to get a more complex navigation going and all these things. So look for further videos. I will do those over the next days and weeks and so. And if you have a video recommendation or topic recommendation, let me know. And yeah, I hope you had fun watching that, and you have fun exploring the new default theme, and you have fun exploring block themes and full site editing. I think it's super cool, and I can't wait to get going with more templates and designs offer these. And yeah, I think it's a super exciting time for WordPress. And yeah, always keep in mind that this is just the first version, so it's really early beginning of things. So yeah, be kind to all block theme creators. Yeah, it's just the start of something really cool and new. So I hope you're gonna like it. Thanks so much for watching, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Thank you so much. Bye.